Siemanko, z tej strony Wirus. Się kłania, zapraszam na streamka kolejnego ze Starfielda. Dzisiaj też na mój kanał leciała taka moja jakaś tam opinia na temat tej gry, więc też zapraszam. Jak ktoś ma ochotę sobie obejrzeć i możecie komentować również, czy się z tym zgadzacie, czy też nie. A tymczasem zapraszam na materiał, na luźne granko w poniedziałek ze Starfielda. Jesteśmy na Ziemi, w sumie tutaj jeszcze nie zwiedzałem nigdy Ziemi. O, już zdążyłem złapać złamanką, bo gadam, skupiam się na tym, co gadam, a nie patrzę, gdzie idę. No ale cóż zrobić. Więc, tak jak mówię, zapraszam. Jeśli nie macie mojego suba, to możecie tam odklikać, jeśli wam podoba. No i łapeczka pomoże mi poszerzyć zasięgi. Będę wdzięczny. Z góry dzięki. A tymczasem zapraszam na streamka. Tu mam troszkę krajobrazów, nie wiem, tutaj w sumie na Ziemi. Tutaj jakoś specjalnie nie zwiedzałem naszej Ziemi. Czekajcie, wypadałoby się może uleczyć, nie? Status złamanie, rokowania słabe, no oczywiście już złamanie to mogą być dobre rokowania. Myślę, ale już mamy po złamaniu. Witamy w przyszłości. Jedna saszetka i jesteśmy wyleczeni ze złamania. Czekajcie, bo ja tu sobie coś gdzieś namierzyłem. O, tutaj sobie możemy gdzieś obczaić. Tutaj nie byliśmy. 400 metrów, zobaczymy, co tam jest. W ogóle Marsa bym sobie też chciał te takie krajobrazy pozwiedzać. Zresztą te łaziki są gdzieś do odlukania. Strzelić sobie sweetfocie. Górowy spadku. Dzisiaj mrozi. U mnie przynajmniej za oknem. Śniegu dowaliło. Trzeba było jakieś tam odśnieżanie robić dachu lekkie, żeby się tam nie narobiło problemów z tego. Więc trzeba się troszkę zrelaksować. Miał być Star Citizen, ale nie do końca go sobie tam miałem czas dzisiaj doszlifować pod kątem działania. Już wczoraj tam grałem, ale coś mi tam lekko zacinało i muszę się nad nim pochylić, więc go puścić tak na stream. Myślę, że coś tam będzie w jakiś dzień z tego Star Citizena, ale na pewno nie dzisiaj. Muszę mieć chwilę, żeby go po prostu doszlifować. W planie mam jakiś tutaj poradnik ze Starfielda nagrać. Odnośnie tam szybkiego zarabiania hajsu i idzie expa, przynajmniej na samym starcie nie będzie to jakieś super wymagające. Wiem, że jest tego na necie, ale chciałem tak swoim też, że tak powiem, jakimiś tam doświadczeniami, jakie zdobyłem w tej grze, coś tam dorzucić od siebie. Także też myślę, że coś tam przygotuję, tylko muszę nagrać. Dzisiaj akurat nagrywałem tą opinię i patrzyłem, żeby ją sobie wrzucić. Być może jutro mi się uda coś tam nakreślić. No, z jakiegoś tam właśnie budowa placówki i takiej wstępnej. Widoczek w sumie tu nic nam zbytniego nie pokazał. Jakaś tam dziura ze skałkami, która mamy jaskinię. Do jaskini nie idziemy, bo mnie to nie interesuje zbytnio. Minerałów mamy od groma. To niby jesteśmy w Londynie, jest punkt orientacyjny, ale nie wierzę się, że coś będzie tutaj ciekawszego, ale tego niestety nie widzę. I co, zobaczymy, co będzie w tamtym. Kawałek drogi. Teraz znowu powtarzam, przydałyby się kurde pojazdy. Bethesda, zróbcie w końcu jakieś pojazdy do przemieszczania się po tych lokacjach. Mamy przyszłość, a my łazimy z buta. No nie cofnęliśmy się do ery kamienia upanego. Latamy statkami, więc pojazdy też fajnie, żeby były, nie? Myślę, czy nie wrócić na statek, nie iść w kimę, tak żeby się obudzić rano, było coś więcej widać, bo na razie to ciemno, jak nie chcę powiedzieć brzydko gdzie, nic zbytnio nie widać i chyba to tak sobie zrobimy. Szybka podróż, będzie szybciej. Wstań. Wiecie, mamy jakieś zbędne ustrojstwo do zrzucenia, czy też nie? Chyba nie. Zrzucałem sobie wszystkie rzeczy. Zbrojownia. Gdzie to mam iść? W sumie już tak się dużo nie nachodziłem na tym statku, jak go zbudowałem i czasami się tutaj lekko gubię. O, cześć sam.
You need something?
Baret? Co Baret ma
Space
do
is so
powiedzenia?
hostile to humanity already, and you made it just a little bit safer for everybody. No matter what you could have done differently, this will impact a lot of lives eventually. We'll have to mark it in the Constellation history books so we don't forget it when the Terramorphs are finally gone. Oh, really? I haven't noticed anything. Just kidding, just kidding. You're amazing. Like chocolate-covered prasada berries on an all-you-can-eat spicy chunks buffet. Sorry, I'm a little hungry. Balancing risk versus reward is tricky. Even more so when so much hangs in the balance. So, you really think the Asylees are going to work out, huh?
Kurczę, wszyscy o tych
You
Asilach.
must have seen some data that I didn't. Everything has a chance to mutate. Most mutations are harmless. But I get it. It's scary. It's definitely riskier than dropping off some wild animals. Oh well, it's done. By sealing the Lazarus plant away instead of destroying it, I'm worried we've made things riskier.
No w sumie to mogłem zniszczyć.
Maybe we could study it. Fair. But it will take a long time to get any actionable results. Got a minute to chat? Maybe a few minutes. Probably not hours. But no guarantees.
Gorgeous day, isn't it? I love this place.
Pani doktor, no na pewno lubisz. Starałem się, żeby było przytulnie. O, i maskotka. Kluczowe dzisiaj. Dobrze, idziemy na oko. Tu są drzwi. Czekajcie. Mogę zamknąć drzwi? Mogę zamknąć chyba drzwi. Ale jaja, nie mogę zamknąć drzwi. Ej, to mi się nie spodobało. Czas lokalny, 20 droga. A, 8 godzin myślę, że wystarczy. Prawie się obudzimy na wschód słońca być może.
Last night was enlightening. I hope to
Wszystko przy otwartych
learn more next time.
drzwiach. Andrea, daj spokój. Tu nie ma drzwi. Nie ma drzwi, jak mogli do kaj... Ale są drzwi! Noż kurde, no. Ja pierdolę, nie widziałem ich. O Jezus, cóż ty chcesz, że mnie zjechałaś?
Yeah, what is it? Sorry
Chcę,
to
żeby
pull you
mnie...
aside like this, but I wanted to take a moment to congratulate you. Taking those
za to?
steps to eradicate the terramorph threat is essential to the safety of every living thing in the settled systems. You should be proud. Yes, exactly. I'm glad you treated the situation with the urgency it deserved. I only wish that the United Colonies chose to exterminate the terramorphs with the experimental microbe instead of choosing this ridiculous Asili solution. Apparently, their decision was based on your recommendation.
Oczywiście, że o moją
That was a
rekomendację.
risky choice you've made.
Wolę zwierzaki niż jakieś bakterie.
Minimal risk. Are you sure? The Asili solution might take years, perhaps even decades. Meanwhile, the clock is ticking for humankind. That sounds far too risky to me. Well, I'm disappointed that you didn't trust the science. Unfortunately, locking away the Lazarus plant instead of eliminating it adds to the risk. Anything that accelerates the terramorph life cycle should have been completely removed from the equation. Why take the chance?
Kurczę, nie wszyscy jadą za tą lazaretkę, że zostawię, mógł mnie faktycznie pokazać i mnie rozwalić.
You haven't let me down. You've simply given me cause for concern. I'll tell you what. Let's put this past us, shall we? I'm sure everything will work out in the end. I'm sorry if I've said anything that jeopardizes our working relationship. I have something I need to discuss with you.
Jezus, jeszcze ty chcesz ze mną o czymś gadać? Kurwa.
Thanks for giving me a moment of your time. I promise this won't take long. I thought you deserved to know how proud I am that you chose to side with the United Colonies and put an end to the Crimson Fleet. You've almost single-handedly saved the settled systems from one of its most dangerous enemies. I can't possibly commend you highly enough.
Chociaż za to mnie pochwaliłaś.
Well, I'm not sure I deserve that, but I appreciate it all the same. What I want to know is what motivated you into making the right decision. You had Crix's legacy in hand, and you could have easily taken it to the key. Instead, you flew it to the Vigilance. Yes, that would have been unfortunate. The Crimson Fleet would have had enough wealth to fund their operation for decades. So, no regrets betraying Delgado then? I imagine you and he formed quite a partnership right up until the end.
No to było trochę wredne. Tego Delgado to ja bym chciał tutaj jako towarzysza bronił. Fajna postać. O.
No, I'm sorry. I refuse to excuse Delgado for his loathsome behavior by placing all of the blame on his past. We all have our crosses to bear, but it's how we choose to handle them that truly defines us as a person. I have to be honest with you. It disturbs me that you would leap to his defense so quickly. I didn't need to get to know him. His actions tell me that he was a horrible person, and we should be thankful he's out of the picture. I suppose my final concern is how long this newfound peace will last. I wish I could share your optimism. My largest concern are the reports that Neva Mora was never captured or killed. My hope is that she was smart and went into permanent exile. I suppose only time will tell. Ah. Well, it appears I've soured the mood of our lovely conversation. I trust my mindless prattle hasn't been too much of a bother. Thanks for taking the time to listen.
Super, że cię wysłuchałem. Też się cieszę, ale teraz idziemy, gdzie my idziemy? Tu idziemy. Idziemy na zewnątrz, zobaczyć, czy już jest winno. Powinno być w sumie. No tak, dokładnie, mamy dzionek już. Teraz gdzie mamy się udać? Tam byliśmy, nie byliśmy. Tam też jest jakiś kanał tutaj od razu. Tu jest ten budynek. Kryształowy krater byliśmy, tam jest jaskinia. Ładujemy tutaj. Zobaczymy, co tam będzie. Przelecieć, a spadłem. Już bliżej niż dalej. Wąwozy. Aj, kurde. Wpadliśmy do środka. Już blisko. Ciekawe, co tam jest. Składana cecha geograficzna. Więc nic ciekawego.
Do you see anything useful?
A tu jakiś meteoryt. Co tam, błotko jest? Czuję, że jak wejdę do tego błotka, to się sparzę. Co my tu mamy jeszcze? Tam coś jest. Tam coś jest. Już mi się tam średnio chce lecieć. Ma tu na ziemi jakichś innych jeszcze tych miejscówek? A nie. Londyn. Więc w sumie nie ma takiego. 11 Marsa. Macedonii. Stacja szczytowania. Tu za dużo nie ma. Kopalnie. Macedonia. Na Macedonię sobie nie polecimy. Polecimy sobie do Neonu, albo nie, weźmiemy sobie jakieś misje tutaj. Polecimy sobie, ubijemy może jakiegoś teramorfa na odmianę. Czy tutaj mamy troszkę... A, przecież mamy tą misję jeszcze tutaj. Ale tutaj sobie pójdziemy. Podróże? Dobra, czekaj, nie mogę użyć. Przeciążony nie jest. Aha, dobrze. w powietrzu. Ciśniemy sobie. O, tutaj, tutaj. Byśmy mogli sobie obczaić, o co tu chodzi z tymi naukowcami. Ciekawe, czy nam się chodnik naprawił. Czy tam mam dziurę. O, kurczę. Sorki. Tego nie zrobiłem. Też nie było. No. Co musimy wziąć? Gdzie to jest? Dobra. Gdzie ta misja jest? Ach, to jest loża. A to jest aktywnie o pracę. Dobra, jest z baretem. Ta misja, co teraz aktywowałem, gdzie ona jest? To jest tutaj. Jesteśmy na Paradiso, okej.
Don't worry about us. We're just here.
Enjoy your stay, knowing you're in our capable hands.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Tsukiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with? Ah, yes, of course. I'm glad you came. As you can imagine, we're in a bit of a predicament. Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about. As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe consequences. So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else unless explicitly directed to do so? Great. I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Parima space. It is now locked in orbit around our planet. So far, it doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain, so we're unsure of the ship's intentions. It is. Whatever's going on, we need to approach this with care. First, see if you have more luck communicating with them. If not, you may have to try boarding. Whatever you do, it's important to remember to seek diplomacy with who or whatever's on board. As soon as you have any more information, report to Oliver Campbell. He's the CEO of Paradiso. All formal decisions will need to go through him, and he'll have your pay. Good luck.
No to ciśniemy na orbitę. O kurczę, a ja pitole. Zaczyna się dziewanko. Niedobrze.
Greetings, Captain.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Paradisio. To jest nasz statek.
Stay away from that stuff, Cora. Trust me, it's the worst.
No to dokujemy.
We're docked.
Hi. Please disregard.
Komitetu powitalnego.
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is hostile.
I agree with the captain. Now is the time for diplomacy.
Agreed. But we must be ready for him. Now. Eyes and ears sharp.
You're human. It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
You thought you were the only ones? I am afraid you have been unaware of a great many things.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
You've come aboard the Earth colony ship, Constant. Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world, in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago. I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and... the others. Of course, we know that now. Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions. As soon as we discovered them, we fully expected negotiations would be necessary. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. For security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist. Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
Just stay out of trouble. I am both shocked and impressed that all of this is still functional.
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life. As I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
No nie wiem, czy mi odpowiada.
No, not at all. We simply have no other options. With no working communications and no way to head to the surface, we need outside help negotiating with the settlement we've spotted below. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us. Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there. We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world. Now, it makes little sense to give up before you try. Thank you, and good luck.
No, raczej nie wydaje mi się, żeby oni oddali tę planetę. O, tak sobie.
Never seen a ship like
We've got strict rules around here, but they're
Kurde, no
strict.
przesuń się. Chcę przejść. O, właśnie. Dobra, nie tutaj. Gdzie mam iść? Tutaj. Czy się da szybko przerzucić na tą planetę z szybką podróżą, czy też nie? Nie mogę stąd, okej. Więc to idziemy z buta. W takim bądź razie.
Just because our equipment's old.
Locks, air pressure, drive, all good to go, Captain.
Lecimy z powrotem na Paradiso. Paradiso. Gdzie oni to pokazują? Musimy potem w zarządcy iść. Przez krzaki, przez krzaki.
I cannot recall ever having the time, let alone the funds, for a vacation someplace like this.
Możemy się tu wybrać, nie ma problemu. Ścisły piasek. Jest dwa.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment? Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board? People were a little freaked out around here, understandably. It looks so different, and it's so massive. We honestly thought we were under attack by an unknown entity. But then, nothing happened. It just stayed there. No one could communicate with it. And we've been very careful not to alert the resort guests. The board believed it would be bad for business. What I could tell you would get me in a lot of trouble. Most of them are typical sea-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work day to day, at least. I swear, I've never even met some of them, because they chill at their own private, secluded beach homes all the time. Anyway, be smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. And that's all I'll say. Sure. Have fun in the shark tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just
I didn't realize TV was letting people in here.
Shady, trash-filled
I am.
like me.
And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there, causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens! Despicable? Hardly. Just a backup plan in case we can't get them to leave. But you're right. No one's going to buy aliens. Remind me to fire the marketing team. So, tell me, what's the actual deal with this massive eyesore of a ship, besides scaring people away?
Mamy tutaj opcję.
Bonza! That means we got them right where we want them. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them quite a bit too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Zaburzenia, co wyświrujecie.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grab drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. I got this for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
Co? Jest chore.
We operate outside of these guys underneath, you see, partially because we don't want anyone else meddling in our affairs. We'd rather not draw attention to it. As I mentioned, it could be bad business. We'd much rather do this independently. We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they might come up with. and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
Ciekawe. Co tu kurczę wybrać?
Thanks for the offer, but my answer is still no. Too much risk involved, and if it goes wrong, then the problem can quickly get out of hand. If they settle here, it'll be under our conditions, not theirs. Sorry. They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Freestar Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter as official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave. I have no idea, because I'm not suggesting anything of the sort. But it's a wonder that old ship made it all the way here in such a relatively short time. Must have really been pushing themselves. An engineer friend of mine told me once that the reactors on those old ships have a tendency to self-destruct if they overload. Of course, their engineers must have taken great care not to push it too far. Someone would likely have to override the safety systems in the reactor computer. But who would do such a thing?
I hope you are not asking what I think you are asking.
No ja mam kurde kupić ten reaktor, masakra, no. Nic, no kupimy.
Good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
They deserve a renewed chance to decide their own fates. That is the right thing to do.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
Spitalajcie, hamowy jedna. Siano macie, ja muszę płacić za kolonistów, no, patrzcie mi.
Please, let the concierge know. You think we'd be a prime target for pirates?
To się tam chyba jest. Szybka podróż.
Very nice.
No siemaneczko, witam widzów. Ktoś tam kuka z ukrycia, co tam ciekawego słychać?
Stay in orbit or jump. Your call.
No to lecimy. Pogadać z nimi. Czekajcie, jakiś znacznik jeszcze. Co to jest? Walo. Co my tam mamy na tym walo? Nie, żadna. Techu musimy lecieć pewnie potem. Napęd dla nich. Dawaj. Lecimy.
Grab jump spinning down.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. Scan complete.
Smugglers always like to use Hope-Tech ships to resemble legitimate transports. I wonder how the company feels about that.
Na pewno by nie byli zadowoleni. Owszem.
A fair amount of business runs through Hope Town, and from what I understand, most of it is legal.
Come then. Meet your death.
Ale że co? Co jest kurde?
And once again, we are triumphant.
No bez jaj. Dlaczego oni na mnie zaatakowali?
I have never liked Hope-Tech ships, though I suppose that is hardly the point of them.
Ta gra mnie zaskakuje. Dlaczego oni mnie zaatakowali?
Oh, Hope-Tech needs brave new innovations. We're so much more than space freight. Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time. Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So grav drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape too. Parts not cheap though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor and it's yours.
No jasne, raczej się nie spodziewałem. Zobaczymy.
It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grav drives are.
Ciekawe, czy się uda. A, udało się.
To demand such a price. Tell you what, sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the part for free, I won't charge you for the work.
No i super, i co, żeśmy się dogadali.
You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
Super, że się cieszę, że ja się pozbyłem właśnie siana. No dlaczego ta ochrona mnie zaatakowała, no? Dziwne to trochę. Czyżbyśmy tu coś wcześniej nabroili i mnie zaatakowali, czy jakiś błąd? Też tak może być. Czy to sobie wracamy z powrotem do naszej misji? I skaczemy. Idziemy sobie do naszych kolonistów. Przekazać im dobre rzeczy, że pozbyliśmy swoje siano na naprawę ich statku.
Dad, do you think Solomon Coe would have liked me?
Sure. Everybody likes you, don't they?
Good day, Captain.
Siema, żelazko.
We were never trained to address threats coming from
And to think, all this time.
I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome! I have a million burning questions, but I won't
nawiedzony.
overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster than light travel and eclipse our poor old ship? Oh, I've heard of this technology, but always believed it was theoretical in nature. Maybe we can talk about it in more detail later. I'm sure you have more pressing matters to handle. I've waited this long. What's a little longer, eh? Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And, I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today. Yes, of course. Anything for my new friend.
Ciekawe.
What grab drive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we can do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work?
Okay.
Great, great, great! There are 3 preparations I need you to help me make while I set things up on my end. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it!
No, przecież ja tego nie spamiętam. Masakra. Co mi tutaj zrobić? Serio? Jest to w opisie misji gdzieś? Że tego nie pamiętam, co ja mam zrobić. Nie pamiętam tego. Mała ściąga. Mamy tutaj. Też będę wywołać. Współsiłownik. Witora nie ma. Grodzie magnetyczne, rury kołnierzowej, odłącz. Ja pierdzielę. Było pomocniczego tutaj, okej. Byśmy byli załatwione. Teraz co? Tutaj musimy iść. Aha. Tutaj. Przekierować zasilaniem. Moment. Ściąga zrobioną. Czyżbym nie spamiętał tego, co oni chcieli. Przekierowanie zasilania z turbopompy na backburcie do pomocniczej. Pomocnicza, dobra. To mamy załatwione. Co jeszcze? Tutaj. Peter. Pływu. Inhibitor plazmy. Na ile? Plazmy na 5%. 5%, dobrze. Dobrze. Udało się.
Looks like everything is good to go, both your end and mine.
Tutaj mamy, możemy doprowadzić do wybuchu tego statku, ale tego nie chcemy. Ale jasno. Gdzie to mamy iść? Tutaj chyba.
Now that we know what's out there.
Never seen a ship like yours before.
Tutaj. Tutaj jest pan kapitan. Gdzie jest pan kapitan?
We've got strict rules around here.
Quite a heritage to have brought this
to
ship
jest.
so far over such a long time. Worthy of the pride these portraits show.
We didn't believe anyone would be out here.
Dobra.
No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down.
Pogadać z nią.
Well, well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done. Without you, we'd most likely be stuck. But you went above and beyond. I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives. I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again.
O, super. Coś tam dostaliśmy mimo wszystko.
Now that we know what's out there.
Dobra. Musimy teraz stąd wyjść. Tutaj było wyjście. To raczej zejście. Albo i nie. Znowu nazwę do tego. Tutaj. To jest Janet. Gdzie jest ta Janet? Ale... Gdzie jest ta Janet? Weźmy jakieś misje. Gdzie jest Janet?
Hey, maybe you could help out Abe. He's been talking about
Jest. Idziemy stąd. W sposób czy nie? Dobra. Wsio. Da się to wyjść stąd? Da się. Bo jak zacznę łazić po tym statku, to się zgubię.
Oh, I've heard about you. The visitor who helped us get into the situation we're now in, roaming the galaxy with no end in sight. Sorry, I don't mean to be ungrateful or rude. I'm just frustrated. Certainly not what I want to do. I mean, I hate this job, and there's really nothing I can do about it. I'm the cultivation manager. Fancy words for farmer and fertilizer collector. I didn't have a choice. Most people don't. You get a job, and that's it. Like, I'm great at what I do, but I would enjoy doing literally anything else. Meanwhile, my sister Julia, she gets to hang out with kids all day and watch movies. The kids I couldn't care less about, but
Coś czuję, że będę miał nowego członka ekipy.
Is it that obvious? Breckenridge is intent on finding a home just as perfect as Paradiso, and it's clear that's never going to happen. I'd love to leave. But outside of you and the occasional passing trade ships we make contact with, there aren't any ways off this ship. And besides, Breckenridge forbids it. I've tried. She insists we stay together for the sake of the community. I'm stuck here. It's a long shot. You've dealt with her. You know she can be stubborn. But then again, you did make her see reason before and set us on this path. Maybe you can do it again and fix this mess. Sorry, I know it may not sound like it, but I'd actually be really grateful to you if you succeed.
When we confront her about this, we will not take no for an answer. She will let you go. You'll see.
Good luck, I guess. But I'm not holding my breath.
Zobaczymy, czy nam się uda.
Such a long time to survive on only the foods that can be grown here. I suppose being a picky eater was
Dobrze, ale polazłem nie tu, gdzie chciałem. Ja coś, słuchajcie, czuję, że ja się tu źle zgubię. No, już się nie zgubiłem. To jest nasz statek, okej. Czyli nie mamy iść tutaj do góry. Tutaj.
We were never trained to address threats.
Gdzie ta nasza pani kapitan była?
Now that we know there are other people out there, we need to be more prepared for trouble. My crew may not realize it now, but we will be much happier with a home of our own. I'm well aware of Janet's desire to leave. I'll tell you the same thing I told her. For the sake of our mission and community, we need to stay together. Each member of our community is valuable, especially Janet. If she left, we'd be at least a couple of weeks behind in food production while we trained someone to fill her role. But I suppose if you brought us more food staples to tide us over while that happens, we could do it. Say, a large quantity of potatoes?
Co ja mogę jej dać, ziemniaki?
Sorry, that's not going to be enough. If we're really going to do this, you'll need to bring me more. Let me know when you've got what I'm asking for.
Dobra, spróbujemy przeperswadować.
Well, if you can bring me those potatoes to make... I'll be the judge of that. I suppose not. It would be bad for all of us if she slipped into depression.
To chyba nie przejdzie.
I know, but I don't think so.
No bo coś czuję, że trzeba lecieć kupić te ziemniaki.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Her sister remains with us, so she'll likely wish to visit, and with more knowledge to share.
O, udało się.
I hope so. Well, you've got away with words, I'll give you that. Once again, you've convinced me to do the right thing. And while I'm not happy about letting one of our own go, I think you're right. It's for the best. Let her know she's free to leave on the next ship willing to take her. I just hope this doesn't prompt others to want to leave as well.
Thank you, Captain. Making difficult decisions with grace is the mark of a true leader.
Patrzymy sobie w ścianę.
Just because our equipment's old.
Tam jest. A i nie tutaj. Iść tutaj. Kurwa mać. A nie, dobra, tutaj tak będziemy, możemy wejść do niej. Czy chyba? Tak.
I do not envy the lives that have been led in these confined quarters.
Nie, tutaj nie idzie. No. Spróbujemy się dostać tutaj. O, tutaj. Patrzcie. Chyba tutaj. Kurde, że mój... Gdzież ten drugi znacznik był. Gdzież ona jest?
These are exciting times, aren't they?
Nie tutaj. Kurwa, duży ten statek, cholera.
Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of alien.
Trzeba tutaj gdzieś wyjść.
Just because our equipment's old
Nie wiem, cholera wchodziłem. Wiedziałem, że się zgubię. Porozmawiaj z doktorkiem, a ona jest... Niezastraszenie. Co ty? Przecież kurwa...
You're lucky we're under...
Gdzież ona jest?
Orders not to escort you right off this ship.
Jest ten
Careful waving
znacznik.
that fancy gun around. We don't need to see.
Czy kurde mamy iść? Jabła. Musimy wyjść tam wyżej. Co chodzi z tym kolesiem?
Now that we know what's out there.
Nie. Jestem gdzieś niżej. Gdzie nas ten znacznik poprowadzi? Dobra, ja nie chcę iść tu. Chyba. Kurde, tu jeszcze windy są, ja pierdzielę. Musimy iść tutaj. Tutaj. Gdzie? A ona jest tu.
It'll be a miracle if you can get through to Captain Brackenridge. Wait, for real? How? I thought I was going to have to escape on my own somehow, but if she's given me her blessing, that's even better. If I'm being honest, I should have known you can do it. After all, you're the reason we're still out here. I heard about what you did for us, getting that grab drive or whatever. I was kind of hoping you'd overhear me and offer to help earlier. I probably should have just asked you, but I guess I'm not good at asking for help. Anyway, thanks for helping me. I know you didn't need to. No idea. One of the techs who helped retrofit the grab drive onto the Constant mentioned a place called New Atlantis. Maybe I'll check it out. It sounded interesting. Anyway, seems like a good place to start, especially if I want to find a job that isn't farming.
Kurczę, myślałem, że się zaciągniesz do mnie.
Wow, Well, I'm glad you did, even with an attitude like that. You knew what you were getting into. Look, maybe I'll find a way to repay you out of spite someday. Until then, take care.
Teraz pasowałoby stąd się już ulotnić, tylko... Czy się będzie dało tutaj gdzieś przeskoczyć? Nie mam jakąś misję. Tu mamy serma. Co tutaj jest? A, tutaj mam willę do zwiedzenia. Możemy się przelecieć, prawie zobaczyć. Tylko trzeba stąd pierwsze wyleźć. Ale na szczęście mamy tutaj blisko. A, cześć Romix. Widziałem, że do wilków też trafiłeś na Discorda.
Ship's clear. It's just us among the stars again, Captain.
Hey, Dad.
Patrzę mu ci net, tak mówisz, że pociągnie.
Okay. Who can jump higher than a skyscraper in New Atlantis?
I don't know. Who?
Everybody! Skyscrapers can't jump!
Widziałeś moją opinię o Starfieldzie?
Good one, Cora. Hey, next time you see Barrett.
Tutaj też coś jest. Misja. Wróćmy sobie tutaj. O Jezuś. Właśnie pan wrócił do Polski na ładne śmieci. Ja akurat mam światłowód, nie wiem, 200 na 100, czy jakoś tak. No, żebyś wiedział, szybsze. Jakaś misja gdzieś wyskoczyła. Aha. No wiesz co, ten LT... Nie wiem jakie tam opóźnienia na tym są, nie? Jest jakaś wilna. To spoko. Jak opóźnienia są małe, to nie można. Jakaś róża tutaj rośnie. Szczerze mówiąc, nie tylko róża. Ile jest coś jeszcze?
And your scan shows...
Znaki życia. Budynek. Budynek. Znaki życia. Kurczę, fajna miejscówka. dodać do niej. W ogóle muszę ruszyć tego mojego Discorda. Muszę obczaić. Sorry. Spać mi się chce. Jest jakiś bot taki, który wrzuca od razu. Jak odpalam streama, to wrzuca właśnie streama, że jest aktualnie stream odpalony. Ależ fajny tarasik. Góry w oddali. Fajna miejscówka. Rośliny. Jak miło. Andrea, chodź no tu zobacz. Taka fajna chata.
I would not wish to make too many assumptions about where the credits for all this came from, but it seems that crime does indeed pay.
Oj, coś jest. Kurde, gdzie ostatnio lubię te zamki otwierać, to mam ostatnio przesyp ich. Kurczę, mi się spać co no. Już mi się zaczyna działanie. To niedobrze.
We can't succeed at that before we are discovered.
Tam jest coś ciekawego. Robot sprzątający. Amunicja. Pistolecik. Ale zajebiaszcza maskotka.
Perhaps all this does come at a cost. To one's peace of mind, if nothing else.
270. Mój ma ile? I też ma 272. Oj, żeby w sumie Android dać. Amunicję. Szkoda, że się takich domów nie da budować. Tylko same te placówki. Tu tarasik. Zachował się z rana. Elegancko. O kurczę, tam jakiś zwierzaczek chodzi. Rea, siadaj. Pijemy kawał się. Ja tu usiądzie? Nie, pewno nie usiądzie. Człowiek nie. Wychodzić. Sobie ważą. Coś jest.
I shall stand guard while you focus.
Podoba mi się mgła w tej grze. Takie zamglone, te kosynki takie. Fajnie to wygląda. Oj. Dobrze, słuchajcie. Chyba koniec tego streamka na dzisiaj, bo już mnie zaczyna tutaj Łamać spanką. Dobrze, słuchajcie, to koniec na dzisiaj tego streamowania z mojej strony. Dzięki, trzymaj się, Memicek, jesteś miłej tam nocki, ja spływam, bo jutro rano trzeba wstać, jak gdzieś mnie kurczę zaczyna zbierać spanie. Trzeba się jeszcze ogarnąć, spokojnie. Na razie.